Welcome to Unearthly. The ancient Indian text known as the Taittiriya Upanishad provides details of the human body from the yogic perspective. According to it, 5 invisible layers or sheaths reside inside the human body. These layers are Panchakoshas, where Panch is 5 and Koshas means sheaths, wherein each layer is more subtle than the one that precedes it. These are arranged somewhat like Russian nesting dolls. According to yoga, our true self or soul lies within us but hidden by these 5 sheaths. The goal of yoga is to bring about an awareness of each level and eventually transcend them in order to realize our soul and the oneness that we have with all creation. So here are the 5 sheaths. The first of these sheaths is known as Annamaya Kosha, as Annam means rice or food and Maya means filled with. This is because this sheath resides in our physical body, which is a result of food we've consumed and depends on food for survival. The second sheath is called Manomaya Kosha, after Man, which means mind. It's the layer in which all our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are present. In today's hectic world, our mind tends to be overstimulated. This can tire out our mind, and one way to center the Manomaya Kosha is by chanting mantras. In the word mantra, man or manas means mind and tra means device. So it's a device to help the mind. Sadhguru once referred to Annamaya Kosha as the hardware and Manomaya Kosha as the software, and that the energy needed to run these comes from the third body known as Pranamaya Kosha. So the Pranamaya Kosha is the third sheath. Prana is cosmic energy that vitalizes all life, so it is called life force or vital force. Acupuncture works on the same energy, called Qi in Chinese. Though the ultimate source of prana is the sun, it is also present in the 5 elements. We obtain prana from food and water, but this cosmic energy also enters and moves in our bodies through our breath. The astral channels through which prana travels in our body are known as nadis, and there are 72,000 nadis in the body, of which the 3 main ones are Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. The place where these 3 main nadis intersect are whirling pools of energy known as chakras. Acupuncture too works on a similar system of energy points known as meridians. The Pranayama Kosha contains the 5 organs of action, the Karma Indriyas, which are the mouth, hands, feet, genitals and rectum. They have corresponding centers in the brain. The Nadi system looks very similar to the nervous system, and it is possible that it exists on a subtler level than our physical nervous system. This kosha enables us to sense cold and heat and hunger and thirst. So when you feel hungry or thirsty or tired, it's tied to the levels of prana in your body. It's a signal from your body that you need food and water, which are critical for survival. After all, humans can live for a few weeks without food and will die within 2 to 3 days without water. But epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata have stories of yogis who could meditate not just for days but extended periods without food or water. Is this even possible? Before we answer that, consider this. Do you think anyone can climb Mount Everest without winter wear? It's 22,000 feet tall and it takes several weeks just to get from the base camp to the peak with temperatures that fall below minus 20 degrees Celsius. Besides freezing temperatures, one also has to grapple with the extreme altitude which can result in death. Science and even common sense tells us that we die within minutes if we're exposed to minus 20 degrees Celsius in our bare skin. But as you may know, Wim Hof climbed Mount Everest wearing only shorts and a pair of shoes. Wim Hof has practiced yoga for decades and credits breathing exercises and cold exposure for his ability to pull off this superhuman feat. He was able to do what is considered impossible by science simply because he was aware of other levels beyond our physical reality. The best part is that Wim Hof says anybody can do this and has shared his cold exposure techniques and pranayama online for free. So what is pranayama? We know that prana moves in our body through our breath. We can increase the prana in our bodies through breathing exercises such as Nadi Shodhana, which cleanses the nadis. Yogic techniques which involve the breath are known as pranayama, where prana is the life force or cosmic energy and yama means to master. Even regular yogic asanas are aligned with breath in order to bring awareness to breath and body at the same time. Now, this brings us back to the question whether it's possible to survive for several months without food or water. From Wim Hof's example, superhuman feats considered impossible by science can be actually pulled off if we are aware of the methods to do so. For instance, Tummo is an ancient technique wherein Tibetan Buddhist monks sit in ice cold weather and wet blankets are put on them. Instead of freezing to death, the monks are able to heat their bodies till the wet towels are steaming hot. They accomplish this through visualization and pranayama. The Tummo technique was scientifically studied and verified by Harvard professor. Similarly, according to some Indian yogis, there are certain techniques by which advanced yogis may be able to survive without food for long periods while meditating. This doesn't mean they stop eating and drinking all at once, but it's a gradual process wherein they cut down their meals to once a day and then move on to a liquid diet before foregoing even food and water. The next steps involve significantly reducing their metabolism by activating the Vishuddhi chakra in a certain way and special pranayama techniques to enable one to derive prana directly from the sun instead of food and water. Even today in the Himalayas, there are few advanced yogis who are said to go for years without food. This may seem far-fetched, but remember that hibernating bears are able to do something similar for months together by reducing their metabolism to less than 5% of the normal state. Breathing, heart rate, and metabolism all come down during hibernation. All three happen in deep meditation too. And just like how we lose awareness of our body and time during very deep sleep, similarly, in very deep meditation, the yogi loses all awareness of time, breath, and his or her body. What seems just like 2 hours of meditation may actually be 24 hours of meditation when one is at such an advanced level. In such a state, the energy requirements of the body are almost negligible. For yogis, the entire purpose of doing this was to be able to meditate for as long as possible. While the Manomaya Kosha is responsible for sensory perception, the Vijnanamaya Kosha gives us the ability to perceive things that lie beyond our 5 physical senses. It is responsible for our gut feeling, intuition, wisdom, and also our conscience, which helps us determine right from wrong. It is in this kosha that our spiritual progress takes place. As the Manomaya Kosha becomes still, our Vijnanamaya Kosha helps us move deeper into meditation. Anandamaya Kosha. Ananda means bliss, though it is more like a state of equanimity and perfect contentment. This is the kosha that is right next to our Atma or soul. We experience Anandamaya Kosha when we are fully 100% absorbed in any activity, when you are one with the experience. These 5 sheaths also constitute our 3 bodies. Sthula Sharira, or our physical body inside which the Annamaya Kosha lives. Next is Sukshma Sharira, or astral body, which consists of the Pranamaya, Manomaya, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. And finally, the Karana Sharira, or causal body, which consists of the Anandamaya Kosha. The Sthula Sharira is our physical body. According to these ancient texts, our physical body is made up of the Panchabhutas or the 5 elements, which are air, ether, fire, water, and earth. When we die, our physical body disintegrates and returns to the elements. The Sukshma Sharira or astral body is the home of the Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, and Manomaya Kosha. It assumes the exact shape and form of the person to whom it belongs. In other words, the astral body of someone looks identical to their physical body. Corresponding to the astral body is the astral world, which is an entirely different dimension from our earthly physical dimension. Every object and being on earth has an astral counterpart, starting from rocks to plants and humans. The astral bodies of animals have only the first 3 sheaths, the food, mental, and energy sheaths, and not all the 5 that we have, but their mental sheath is vastly different from that of humans. The astral dimension exists seamlessly with and is parallel to our own dimension. So, as you're watching this in the physical world, an entity in the astral world may be sitting in the exact same place as you, but neither of you will be aware of the other, and both of you can move freely without bumping into the other. The purpose of our third eye was to enable us to look into the astral world in order to communicate with higher level beings, but we have lost that ability due to the present spiritual condition on earth. Still, our third eye vision can be somewhat strengthened through regular meditation. At night when we sleep, our astral body leaves our physical body and wanders around. Some masters even say that we work out some of our karmas during this time. You can train your astral body to leave your physical body consciously, but this is best done under the guidance of a master or a yogi, as the astral dimension can have negative entities. But after you leave your physical body and travel in the immense astral world, how do you find your way back to your physical body? According to yogic sciences, the Sukshma Sharira or astral body is connected to our physical body by a silver cord that can stretch to infinity. This silver cord is with us our entire lives, and only when we die is the silver cord severed. Interestingly, this has parallels in the Bible too, as can be seen from this passage. Remember him before the silver cord is severed, and the spirit returns to the creator who gave it. Some adepts can will their astral body to exit their physical body while wide awake and doing something else physically. Thus, their physical body is busy at work while the astral body goes out to finish up some other tasks. The astral body also has colors around it because it contains the Manomaya Kosha, which is our sheath of thoughts and emotions. We wear our emotions like a cloak around us. That's why we say a person is red with anger or green with envy. These colors reflect the mental state we're in. So the astral body shows up as an aura around our physical body, which some people can see even at the physical level. A spiritually advanced person tends to have a more luminous white astral body extending outwards by 2 feet around the physical body. The halo that we see around saints depicts the aura of the astral body extending beyond the physical body. The Karana Sharira is where the bliss body or Anandamaya Kosha resides. You can think of this body as the record keeper of our karmas. It carries a whole gamut of earthly experiences, from our actions, thoughts and experiences to our impressions and desires. If we attain moksha and escape the endless cycle of rebirths, we don't need any of these bodies anymore. But as long as we have rebirths, the causal body stays with us. Karana means causal, as it is the cause for the other 2 bodies or the seed for the other 2 bodies to exist. Since it contains all our past life karmas, it serves as a blueprint for the other 2 bodies, the physical body and the astral body, and dictates all aspects of these bodies. Every single thought, action and experience we have is stored here and determines the kind of karma we have in future births. All information, knowledge and talents gained in previous births are also stored here. During past life regression, it is our Karana Sharira that we tap into. The soul or Atma is distinct from these 3 bodies and is immortal and imperishable. According to these ancient texts, the Atma is a spark of light that is present in every living creature and emerges from the ocean of light or supreme consciousness or Paramatma and will return to the Paramatma once it attains moksha. Until then, it moves from body to body and doesn't identify itself as a spark of the divine, but with its physical embodiment, ego, mind and thoughts, etc. If you found this video informative, please subscribe, like and share.